Hello, this is Jam Master Daniel 96, and in today's video, I'll be going over some stuff that leaked from the new book Star Wars Fascinating Facts by Pablo Hidalgo. There are things that leaked about George Lucas's version of the sequel trilogy, and so I'm going to be going over these sections. And the first one here is called Luke Skywalker's Destiny, and it says, years before The Last Jedi began development, the treatment left behind by George Lucas in 2012 also had Episode 8 be the one where Luke Skywalker would die. So, as we know, in the sequel trilogy we got under Disney, in Episode 8, The Last Jedi, Luke, died. And then in George Lucas's version of the sequels, it says in his treatment that in his episode 8 Luke would die. But I know, Mark Hamill said in like spring of 2018 that Luke would die in his version of episode 9, so maybe there was like multiple drafts and all that in the George Lucas, version of the sequels, because the treatments probably had like multiple drafts and all that. And so that's that, but we just don't know how Luke would die in his version, in the George Lucas version. And so that's pretty much that with the Luke Skywalker section. And moving on to this section, aka Rey. The Force Awakens' long journey from idea to finished film was filled with evolution, but one idea that remained constant from the start was a young woman's quest to become a Jedi Knight. In George Lucas's original outline, she was a 14-year-old girl named Taryn. In his subsequent iterations, she would briefly be named Thea and, believe it or not, Winky. When writer and director J.J. Abrams came aboard, he simplified the names to placeholders. Kylo Ren was the Jedi killer, Thea became Sally, Finn was called Harry, and the character that would be Poe was John Doe. As the film neared production, Sally became Kira, which stuck as a production code name, then Echo, and finally Rey. So that's the bit about Rey. So, there was in the George Lucas version of the sequels a female lead, which was named Taryn, then in another iteration, Thea. And then Winky was another one. And then when JJ came on, that there was Sally as one idea, and then Kira was the code name, and then Echo came, and then finally Rey, as we know in The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker, under the Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9, we got. And that's pretty much that. I find that pretty interesting that we, get a little more insight on the George Lucas version of the sequel trilogy. And, we've got some things, revealed that an exiled Luke Skywalker would happen. The main focus was going to be about the Wills. And then there was going to be Darth Talon from the Legacy comics, and she would seduce Han and Leia's son, so we did get a little bit of tidbits, and then in this book they revealed more of like some other things of the making of the sequel trilogy, and then stuff from the George Lucas outlines, and that's pretty much all I gotta say. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you think down below. Do you like these ideas? What do you think of these being from the George Lucas version of the sequels that gets carried over into the Disney version? And share this video and tell your friends to subscribe. Bye.